I am Red Cyclone! Aria!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better As Well podcast. I'm your host, Lee Deans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on? What's going on?
Chilling, Merc. How you doing?
I'm good. Sadly, I don't have a TV this week because I had to do all this warranty bullshit. So they sent me a new one. At least they sent me like an updated one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were watching a sports game and you threw your phone through the television.
No, I would be more like I would be mad, but it just happened nowhere, and the panel just stopped working.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I gotta wait for a new TV. It's sad because I was like on the verge of finishing Mass Effect 3, and I had Ratchet and Clank this week. So I was like, damn, I gotta wait till the fucking TV comes in. But anyway, yeah. Other than that, just been reading comics. I've been catching up with wrestling because I've just been watching shit on my phone. So, shout out to the New Day with the Power Ranger fucking suits. They were awesome. Anyway,
Make sure you tell them on Up, Down, Down on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram to please play Battle for the Grid on the show.
Yes, they should. Do a tournament.
Let's do it.
Do a fight tournament.
Let's do it.
Yep. Sonic the Hedgehog turns 30th anniversary was this week.
Really?
They had a trailer for it too.
So they had the presentation the week before.
Yeah,
we brought that up, and then his anniversary is the week after. Okay, so that makes more sense now. I got you.
Sonic is 30 years old. You know, Sonic is the longest running kids comic.
I didn't know that.
It's been running since 19.
Is it like video game based? Because I'm sure there's other stuff.
His comic is based on like more the Channel 7 show than anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, as in he's a video game character first that got a comic book.
Yeah.
So doesn't he have that too?
Yeah, he does have that too. He has the longest running video game comic book. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then he's the longest running kids comic because it's still going to this day.
As in, like, the first series is like all the way through now is the same exact, like,
yeah, it's just in different companies.
Studio, what have? Yeah. Okay. As in, like, well, would you know about like the storylines for the original ones? Do you know if they were doing that, or were they just basically like trying to recap the game?
No, they did their own. They did their own thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They did their own thing. Funny shit is the creator of Kick-Ass, Jupiter Legacy, Kingsman, Mark Millar. That was his start with Sonic the Hedgehog. He did the first 12.
Did not know that.
He did the first 12 issues.
That's cool.
Okay. So, not a little facts.
Were they good? Do you know that?
They're funny. I enjoyed them. Like, I read them.
No, I just mean the original ones. Because I'm sure now they might be great.
No, I read.
How'd they start?
I read the original ones. They were hilarious. So the original run, it was like a big mix of the comedy from the one cartoon and then the storyline of the Channel 7 cartoon.
Oh, okay.
So it had a lot of comedy in it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun comics. I actually went through all. Like, I used to collect those comics when I was younger because I was a big Sonic fan. So I read a lot of those things. The storyline for the Mecha Sonic was fucking awesome. That was probably one of their best storylines they did in the comic book.
Do they have any way that you can legally read them digitally? Like
Comixology.
Okay, cool.
Comixology actually has the first like 20 volumes for free on there.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
So you can read them.
Just look at it.
You can also read Ninja Turtles on there. You can read the IDW Ninja Turtles. All their comics are on there. Power Rangers. You can read the first 10 trades on there for free if you have the membership. Okay. Membership is like $4 for $4 or $5 a month, and you have access to a shitload of comics.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yep. And you can just download them and read, or you can just read them while they're there. They're cool. That's how I've been reading Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. That's been really good. There's 3 issues so far. The 4th one comes out I think next month, and that's gonna kind of showcase the death of Donatello.
Really? Wow.
So in the beginning of the show, so before the show, before this book started, it was a big mystery who the turtle was. I think we had a discussion about it. I was telling you about it, and I think me and Tommy was going on it on the Shell Shock cast, and he predicted it was going to be Donatello. I predicted it was going to be Michelangelo.
Yeah.
I called it Michelangelo. I was like, the only person, like, if I really looked at it and knowing what I know from Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, Ninja Turtles, I was talking about Ninja Turtles. We are reviewing the first movie today, which I'm very, very excited about because I love it. Well, we're not reviewing. This is the movie that we are at of our superhero comic book movies of 2 decades. So
Yes.
we are at that. So talking about Turtles, it just seems fine. But anyway, with Last Ronin, they kind of give you a mystery of who the turtle was because all you see is a turtle in a black suit. He has a black bandana. He doesn't wear his colors, and he has every single weapon. So it's not like a particular weapon he's using one, or he's using all 4. So they kind of did that as a mystery. So when you read the first book, you learn by the end of the last issue, you learn who it is. And it was Michelangelo. It makes a lot of sense. I think Mikey being it was the smartest is the fact that Raph was too predictable. You knew exactly if it was Raph, you know exactly what kind of book it's gonna be. Donatello, I just looked at the guy. He's like, he has no tech on him. He has no anything on him, and I was like, that's not Donatello because I feel Donatello will use technology if he's by himself. Leonardo, again, another one with Raph. It'll be very predictable storyline wise. Mikey, I feel like has the most to prove because he's the silly one. He's the jokative one. He's the youngest brother, considered the youngest brother. He's considered the little one, and compared to all of them and stuff like that. So, I felt like he had the most to prove, and I feel like he does not want to let his brothers down. So basically, that's why he learned all the weapons. That's why he proved himself to get back into this war and shit. So the second issue, they showed how Raphael died. That one was probably the toughest issue too. That when they showed that shit was crazy. He got stabbed in the throat, and he was fighting Karai in the water and shit like that, and she caught him and stabbed him in the throat, or it was his daughter, or her granddaughter, something like that. Anyway, so it's like Shredder's grandson that took over the foot, and he was trying to kill off all his enemies. So little by little, they killed the turtles and things like that. And Mikey just came back to the city as the Ronin. He just found April and Casey Jones' daughter and things like that, and he's trying to take down the Foot. So that's pretty much the premise of the story. Then they kind of go into flashbacks of what happened to the other turtles, which the second issue showed Raphael dying. The third issue, you showed Leonardo and Casey Jones, how they died. And it's really good. It's been really well written. It's been really good, interesting stories and stuff like that. So I recommend it. Definitely check it out.
Okay, good stuff.
It's pretty deep too. Like it's pretty detailed. It's bloody and things like that. It's really good. So if you're interested, check it out. The Last Ronin, Ninja Turtles. Definitely check it out. I've been reading that. I've been reading Invincible because the animated show on Amazon Prime. So I was like, you know what? I haven't really read the comic. Like I read maybe the first trade or so, but I have never actually got into the comics. So I just started reading that as well. Comixology has, I think, almost all the trades for free to read on there if you have the membership. So that's really dope. I was actually going through Spawn as well. I was like, you know what? I haven't read a Spawn comic in a long time. So I was like, you know what? Let me read like the original shit. So right now, I think I'm up to the 6th issue of the original run of Spawn.
Okay.
I just been looking for shit just to read and whatnot, because I feel like right now, like it just Marvel wise, there's so much shit going on that I just don't know where to even start.
Yeah, I know. I just in general have no interest. So that's
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. So that's not their fault or mine.
The things I'll tell you to read, the Power Ranger comics. I think you would really enjoy them. The Last Ronin, I'll say recommend that. The Turtles series, the Turtle comic book series, IDW, been really good as well. I've been reading Usagi. Usagi's still running to this day. Same guy, same art, still running it.
Good stuff.
Anyway, but yeah, check out those comics. They're pretty dope. We have E3 later this week. Late this week. It starts Friday. Well, no, the Game Summerfest starts Friday, I think, and then E3 starts Saturday.
Yeah,
it's a lot of good stuff. We will definitely have.
First time I've ever seen E3 start on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll have a lot of news for you next week about everything because you're gonna see all the trailers and all that good stuff. Hopefully good stuff.
Well, you know what was messed up? We won't have everything because Nintendo won't be out till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So then we'll have to be continued part 2.
Yeah.
The week after then, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll do it in 2 parts. We'll talk about E3 and stuff like that. And most likely they will be introducing shit during that whole week anyway, so we'll probably get some extra stuff anyway. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully some good stuff that actually come out this year.
Yeah. Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
I mean, then again, it's already not been a bad year for stuff that I've been interested in playing already. Yeah. There's things coming out that, regardless of E3, it's already going to be fine for me. I already got a Monster Hunter. Final Fantasy's about to come out.
Yeah.
There's news on the file size, and it's huge, which is good.
Yeah.
People are like, why is it almost 100 gigs? Listen, you want your game to look good? You want those textures, baby.
Damn
you want them nice and big so that they look beautiful when you take screenshots of the game. Yeah. So that's what you want. I don't care about no small file sizes no more. I learned the truth.
Yeah.
Compression sucks.
Yeah.
I learned the truth. And trust me, I'm sure the real files are probably bigger than that. Anyway, because it's not the P. I'm actually curious. They better not screw us, but I'm actually curious about the file size of the PC version of Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Like, I wonder if it's going to be 100+ gigs.
Okay.
I'm interested. But anyway, like, as far as what's coming this year, before announcements made before E3, that's fine. One thing I did hear that got delayed that kind of, it makes me sad, but it's like, you know what? There's already way too many fighting games to pay attention to. King of Fighters got delayed until next year.
Okay.
I mean, I actually applaud them because they're one of the, probably besides Street Fighter and then most recently Guilty Gear, right?
Yeah.
Those two were super, I would say good, just good this past year at their advertising. They're having tournaments. They're having their people know that they're around. But I give props to like Virtual Fighter and stuff. So
nice.
It's good to see, but it's good to see the companies not giving up because Sega doesn't have a fighting division anymore. So I'm glad they're trying something with Virtual Fighter.
Yeah.
But like King of Fighters was doing themselves justice because they had character releases this entire time. I think since the beginning of this year, maybe even from something like the first team maybe were released last year. But like I think last week they just showed Blue Mary.
Okay.
So like that's gonna hurt them, but I think if they really space out the reveals, because there's usually like 50 characters in King of Fighters, they'll be all right.
Okay.
They also just had a reveal for Amakusa, which is the original boss from Samurai Showdown 1.
Okay.
And they are in the latest Samurai Showdown as DLC.
Cool.
And they had a trailer for that. So this is stuff coming, and that's pre E3.
Yeah.
So, hey man, what's the number one thing that you think would make E3 for you?
I don't know. Like, I guess, like a really big game, at least to be shown there, like a GTA.
But what do you
6.
want? Is that what you?
I
is
would
that
love to
the
see a
D
GTA.
game that you want?
I would love to see a GTA 6. I would love to see Ghost of Tsushima 2. I would love to see maybe a new Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter 6.
I think that's not gonna come till next year. But you know what? Why not announce it? Go ahead.
I would like to see Tekken 8.
Yeah, you know Tekken is like 7 years old.
I know, and
That's ridiculous,
it's still
dude.
running. I would love to see a new Injustice.
It's about time, right?
Yeah, because they usually do a Mortal Kombat and then Injustice, then it'll be in a Mortal Kombat. But then I also heard NetherRealm is making a Marvel game.
Let's see if they confirm that. I also saw Ed Boon saying some stuff about Shaolin Monks because somebody got them trending on social media, and then he had a poll.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, which one of these games do you like? Not even want to remaster. I think it was like, do you remember the most or something like that, the most fondly? And they were like 150,000 votes for Shaolin Monks.
Yeah.
So mad people want that game back.
Shaolin Monks was a really good game. I think they could bring it back, especially with the 2-player aspect of it. You can play online 2-player kind of shit. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. That would be something to do. I just want good games. I want some good games. I would like to. There's some remasters I wouldn't mind seeing too, especially like because Ratchet and Clank is coming. I would like to see remasters, collections of the older games. I would love to see a Sly Cooper collection.
But that's a lot of stuff, Mert.
Hey man,
I need the number one thing.
Number one thing.
Because I got mine.
You know.
I got mine.
If I have to say if it's something I really want, but the fact is I don't trust EA, but I really would love to do it, especially because we've been going through the games. The game this month is a new Mass Effect.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be my answer. A new Mass Effect.
Why you gotta say that, Mark? That just makes me sad.
Yeah. What's yours?
It's just bad when you think that most of the people who made those games are not there anymore.
No,
so what are you gonna do?
But what they did with the remaster, I'm very, very happy with. So I can't I gotta give the credit where credit's due. The remaster ignited my love for that game again.
Yeah,
I line up buying Andromeda just to go through because I'm about to finish all 3.
Why you do that to yourself? Damn it.
I got it for like $4. Brand new too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Also, I was watching the gameplay of it and looking at the gameplay of it. It looked good. Like the gameplay itself looked like it played well. I don't remember really much of it, so I'm very interested to see my take gonna be on it right now. They did fix a lot of the problems it had in the beginning, so it's a fully fixed game. So hopefully, it just plays better, better than I remember. I hope the story is better.
My request, Mark, is that when you play it, I need to know how fast, if at all, do you fall to the floor.
Okay.
Because that's all I remember from the gameplay.
Okay.
People just going through the ground.
All right.
Not good.
We'll keep that in mind. But yeah, so I found it for $4 on eBay. I bought it for $4 on eBay, and it's being sent to me, brand new. It's never opened. So
I would have just bought it digital. I couldn't give them money.
I couldn't buy it digital.
What happened?
I couldn't find it on the menu digital.
Don't tell me they took it off.
It wasn't on the PlayStation Store.
Wow. Maybe it's only on. It's not. Maybe it doesn't have a PS5 version.
Yeah, and I didn't want an EA access. I hope it has
that's probably yeah. You probably have to because I have to sign into Origin on PC whenever I play it.
Yeah, so I probably had to get an EA access in order to do it.
Yeah, you probably had to do that,
and I didn't want to.
Damn. Yeah. Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah. So $4.
My thing I'm waiting for is because it's taking too long. Is Dragon's Dogma 2. They said that game's gonna come out like 7 years ago.
Oh damn!
Like they were gonna, not that it was gonna come out, that they were making it.
Okay.
Like 2013, they had mentioned that there was a game. I don't know if you remember a game called Deep Down. that Capcom had made that only came out in Japan, and that was them working on the tech for that game.
Yeah.
And then Deep Down came out, and it was never not another word spoken until very recently about that game still existing. So I need it, man.
Yeah.
Where is it? We had Devil May Cry 5. I think we had 4 and 5 in the space of time that Dragon's Dogma came out. What Street Fighter had a renaissance. It went through hell and had a renaissance in the space of time that game still has it. Where is it? Is it real? Just tell me it's not real, so I can stop waiting for it.
Yeah,
that's all. I need
that. Yeah. Oh man. Have you tried the Virtua Fighter 5?
Have I tried it? No, I haven't touched my PS.
Ah, okay. I downloaded it, but again, my TV is went kaput, so I can't play. And the sad thing is, I was gonna try the streaming on my laptop. Like you can play the PlayStation on the laptop, but my PlayStation needs to be updated in order to do so.
Oh,
and I need a TV to update it. So
you should just get a. You should have a spare monitor just for.
You know what's funny is that I had my old TV here, and then I try to hook that up, and the problem I had with that TV, it started getting the pixelation shit on the corner, so it fully went through. So I was like, all right, so that's done. So I'll toss that TV out too. But it is what it is. When my new TV comes in, I'll catch up with my games.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I want to finish Mass Effect. I'm very close. I'm gonna try to platinum it, but I have to. Oh my god, you got like one of the trophies is to beat the Spectre level fucking like you gotta fight 3 versions of Shepard. He's fucking hard.
Yeah, that's the pain in the ass.
Yeah, so
are there difficulty trophies in those games, or they took those out?
What they did was, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 all have their own trophies that you can platinum, and then they have one Mass Effect Legacy, legendary, the game itself, trophies, and those have the insane, hardcore insane thing. So like you beat on, and one trophy is to beat one game, the other one is for the 2 games, one is all 3 games.
Okay, but the one for the entire game doesn't have the difficulties, right? It's only the ones inside the game.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The cool thing is the fact that you could get 4 platinums off of just one Mass Effect game.
Okay.
So you can platinum Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, and then the overall one where you can platinum that as well.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's cool. So I platinum 1 and 2 already, so I'm trying to work on 3 right now. But again, once my TV's back, I'll get back into that. And hopefully Ratchet and Clank, and then Ratchet and Clank would be here once that happens as well.
Yep, good stuff.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. You want to get into this movie?
I think there's a picture of Aloy in Fortnite. I'm not sure if she's in that game. I think she is.
Do not recall.
I think there was a Horizon area they put in.
Oh, okay.
That I think it's one of those things that's limited time and phases in and phases out.
Okay.
But I swear I see a picture of Aloy.
Yeah.
She sold out, bro. It's not fair. They've all sold out to Fortnite.
Everyone's selling to Fortnite. It's the easiest money grab there is. I mean, for the new day to be in Fortnite.
Taking their sweet time. Get in there. Hurry up.
I have a feeling WWE is going to be part of Fortnite.
I'm surprised they're not already, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You'll see Roman Reigns.
I'm surprised there's not just a The Rock skin or Dwayne
Johnson that's coming.
Skin.
That's definitely coming.
Like, it should just be him.
Yeah. That's definitely coming. If it was not coming for that, it's going to come for Black Adam.
True. Why is there no Hobbs?
Shaw.
Hobbs skin.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's about it. Yeah, there's nothing really big.
Yeah, next week is gonna be all E3 shit. So this week would be.
We'll wait.
So our movie this week for our comic book and superhero movies of 2 decades is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 movie.
Yes, sir. It is rated PG. It is in 1 hour and 33 minutes. It is classified under action, adventure, and comedy. And it debuted March 30th, 1990 in the USA.
Yep.
And dare I say, this IMDb rating is too low.
Yep.
6.8. How dare you? How dare you? Should
Bullshit.
be at least an 8.
Should be
At
10.
least. This is true.
10. 10 in my heart.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Let's see. The director is Steve Barron. I don't know anything about this.
So,
Do you have
so there's a
familiarity
story.
with it?
There's a story of this. It had 2 directors. So it went from this one dude in the beginning, and then he jumped on to finish it up. He also directed Coneheads. He did what's another movie you probably know that he did?
Well, he said he helped.
Yeah.
He was a camera assistant on Richard Donner's Superman.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he directed Coneheads. That's the only one I see here. And yeah, Peter Laird was in this movie as well.
Okay,
Anyway.
so we got the writers, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird. They have who else? Bobby Herbeck, Todd W. Langen, and he's also there again. So it's just
Yep.
all the credits for this movie. The main stars, we have Judith Hogue as April O'Neil, Elias Koteas as Casey Jones. See, now we got they have them separate, so I'm going to go in order.
Yeah.
For Raphael's voice, we have Josh Pais. For Leonardo, the body, because it is a weird order here. David Foreman.
Yeah.
The voice is Brian Tochi. For Donatello, the body is Leif Tilden. The voice is Corey Feldman. For Michelangelo, we have Michelin Sisti as the costume, and the voice is Robbie Wrist.
Yep.
For Splinter, they don't tell you who did the puppet. I think he's a puppet.
He's a puppet.
They have Kevin Clash, we all know as Elmo.
Yep.
For the Shredder, we have James Saito. See, and here's the thing: Shredder had a voice.
Yeah.
Had a voice over. David McCarran.
Yep.
Is his voice. And it says / Rokusaki. I did not know the guy was dubbed.
And
So
Tatsu,
that's one
same
to
thing.
know. Tatsu, yeah. Also, but it didn't make sense for Tatsu to be voiced.
Yeah.
Come on, that looked weird. Anyway, Tatsu, yes. Toshihiro Obata, R.I.P. Because we know we lost him not so long ago.
Yeah.
The Tatsu voice is Michael McConaughey.
Yep.
And that's one that really just, what? You and I both know. He has like 3 lines. He
Yeah.
says like 2 things every time you see him.
Play.
Yeah. Very weird. Very weird. But anyway. And then also Danny, because he is the main character.
Yep.
And he's played by Michael Turney.
Michael Chang,
So-
Jay Patterson was Charles Pennington. And then
Was that the
Sam
father?
Rockwell, head thug.
Oh yeah, that's the one that they always point out was somebody famous who played like a minor character. Yeah.
So I have extremely fond memories of this movie. This is like to this day is one of my favorite movies of all time. I could watch this movie over and over again. I still laugh at the same scenes. I still laugh at the one-liners and things like that. I think this movie really captured what the Ninja Turtles were and what Ninja Turtles are, and what I love about what the comic books do and everything like that. I think this was this was the standpoint of seeing their personalities, as because in the cartoon they're kind of generic. They have their little traits, but they're not really. Again, they're fun-loving, things like that. Like I said to you in another cast, like they don't consider themselves family. They don't consider Splinter family. This one, they're brothers. They're brothers. Splinter's their father. And Sensei their father, kind of thing like that. And this is where you start seeing that that blueprint of that, and that carries over to every single other iteration in Ninja Turtles after this.
Okay, cool. So did the cartoon was before this, right?
Yes.
How long was it out? Was it 87? I think it was. Or
3 years.
So, and in those 3 years, it was like, so that's 3 complete seasons, or was it like
3 or 4? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they're already, just making sure, they're already established at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So that was something I just want to like the personalities and the traits of what the turtles are in this movie is pretty much what it is now. Like that's the blueprint of what Ninja Turtles is right now. If you go to any of the movies, you go any of the comics, like that, the traits are there. Like Raph is the angry, always angry, things like that. Mikey's the fun, playful one. Donatello's the genius, he's the smart one. Leonardo's the leader and shit like that. So that has.
The one person I didn't get a full sense of what they were about was Donatello.
Yeah, because in this one he's more silly.
Yeah, you can the personality trait that you pick up off of him is that he's just on the same wavelength with Michelangelo.
Yeah,
you do not get his intelligence. You get that he's like a thoughtful person because he's not ready to blow his top and everything.
Yeah.
But he's not the one that comes up with any plans for anything. He's not even the one that fixes the truck.
So
when him and Casey Jones are chilling.
Yeah.
Like
you see that trait in the second movie because he helps create the little ice cube shit that they try to feed Toka Razor.
So yeah, but again, this movie is not here.
No,
it's not present.
No, it's not like you see the intelligence. No, you don't. You kind of just expect it from what you saw from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this movie again, I have so many memories of it. I remember actually seeing this as a kid, going to the theaters to see this. My mom took me to see it, and I was blown away. I love this movie. To this day, I love this movie. I love the scenes. I love the one-liners. I like the style of it. I like just the feel of the movie. It just does it for me. And again, this is going directly to my number 1 spot just because I can't not to put it. But the other crazy thing that I love, and just hearing the stories about this movie and about how many film movie people like film companies denied it. This was built as an independent movie. This was not like franchise like it's not like a Nickelodeon bought it out and they're making movies. No, this one was funded by the New York like New Line Cinema gave it a chance, and that was the only thing.
It's Warner Company.
Yeah,
it tells you at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm. So it's crazy to create. It's crazy how this movie was made and how small the budget was and everything like that. And this was considered for the longest time one of the highest grossing independent movies.
Gotcha. That's very good. And it's cool to know that the Turtles holds one of those legacies. That's cool.
Yeah, and this also was Jim Henson did the costumes and everything, the costume work and everything like that, and he hated this movie.
Oh,
because the violence. He did not like the violence in the movie and things like that.
I mean, I can see that. I can see it. You don't want your work something you don't want to be associated with.
Yeah,
violence. I get it.
So he did the costumes, he did everything like that, but he didn't stay on for the movie. His production crew did, but he didn't stay on. Mm-hmm. So this one has a lot of. I feel like this one for all the Ninja Turtles movies, this was always been the best one because this one showcased what the Turtles are and what they're about. And again, this was the origin of their big storyline. They always switch Splinter's story from the cartoon. He was a human to rat. Sometimes he was a rat that grew and things like that. So that's the one thing that's always like kind of different sometimes. Other than that, the Turtles are the Turtles, and they always have kind of the same like origin story.
Yeah. Well, so with this movie, since I've already seen it, I had to do the justice to all the other movies we've seen, and I had to watch it with very discerning eyes. I had to make sure to call it out for anything that I didn't like that's like Condor Man. I had to give it the same exact justice, the same treatment, because this is the whole point of the verdict, to watch these movies over again.
Yeah.
To see it were superhero and comic book movies pre 2000 and up to 2000 were they all trash? And so, no, not at all. There's nothing I can immediately say about this movie makes me want to be like upset or call it out. The storyline is basically, I guess, if you know the Turtles, it's not hard to follow along with it because it's, like you said, it's so similar to every different version of the origin story, at least.
Yeah.
So we get the Splinter mutated because of mutagen.
Yeah.
We get the Turtles mutated because of mutagen. There's no name. It's just called the radioactive substance. The green substance. We see the canister, so we get that part. There is no mention of mutagen by name, so I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
He is a rat from Japan. He's the pet of the rival of Shredder.
Yeah.
Which we know as the main villain of the series. Here, he's a rival, like, ninja clan leader.
Yeah.
The tidbits we're given about Shredder is like throughout the movie once he's introduced, because again, he doesn't start as the central figure. His Foot Clan is more the main menace in the beginning because you don't know who the leader is.
Mm-hmm.
And like it starts out basically showing you that New York is under siege from what they call the silent crime wave. And this entire time, the first character you are introduced to is basically April O'Neil.
Yeah,
it's because she's narrating what's going on with the Foot Clan and what's happening in the city.
Yeah. So
again, I keep saying again, but it's funny that the blueprint is here. April, the reporter. She's like basically the eye, like she's the star reporter of where she is. This one, it says Eyewitness News. I don't know if that's not copyrighted for anybody to say, but we know that it's Channel 2. Yeah. Or Channel 7. Channel 7 here. Yeah. But it's Channel 2 in her world. Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting tidbit. Being from the city where the Eyewitness News is an actual thing. Yeah. I also thought it was cool when you first, because the thing that I think is really cool is the time to turtle is not long. No. So we get the Foot Clan basically bringing us in. They're robbing people. We're introduced to Danny very early. Yeah. He's like just a kid, but you see he's a part of what's going on, just handing off the wallet to Mysterious Ninja Man. But we also see that they are not above assaulting people and taking stuff, because she calls it the silent crime wave, but it's not that long before she's actually put in danger, because at night she has to leave the station and she's basically is going to get mugged. She's in the wrong place at the wrong time. She tries to walk away and they're like, yo, give me that purse. And so this is where we're introduced to the Turtles, and the cool thing about it is you don't see anything. Raphael throws the side, knocks the light out, which is a plot point, him losing his side. Mm-hmm. And then they just wreck shop, beat these three teenage punks up in the dark. Not really something that is like grand in the scheme of things, but it's a hell of a cool way to introduce the Ninja Turtles, because it's like big green giant turtles being ninjas, and it's like, that's cool. Yeah, that's like one of the cool traits that they have, and it's like to see it pulled off in a movie so good is one of the reasons I like the movie.
And then you get the introduction of the Turtles right after that.
Mm-hmm. But you also, again, like the reason I can't really fault much of this movie is because of how they do not actually. This movie is an hour and 30, right? Yeah. Or 33. It's not long, but somehow, and I think this is one of the traits of like a lot of the top movies we have. They're not long movies, but they manage to tell you so much information and keep things like from A to B. They keep you going along and they keep you informed. Yeah. Because like I mentioned, the part about Raphael through his side becomes a plot point because April picks up the side. That's the only clue she has as to what went down. Yeah. So she doesn't know what happened. The cops get there and they're like, "Oh, well, you all right, lady?" And she's like, yeah. She sees the sign on the ground. Raphael's peeking out the manhole to try to get it back. Mm-hmm. And she sees it and then just yanks it and it's like, yoink. So there's the clue that something else is out there ninja like. Yeah. Then we're introduced to the turtles, right?
Yeah.
We see them having fun, laughing. They're basically celebrating after they kick those dudes' ass and save somebody. So
Yes.
again, establishing who and what they are early.
Yes.
They're heroes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just green things. They're not monsters. They don't kill people.
Yeah. They just rob them.
They're
They just rob
heroic.
them once they kick their ass. That's it.
If you know about the if you know about the, I think this the European name is they're called hero turtles in
Yes.
Europe, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, hero turtles. They don't like the name ninja in Japan, so they're hero turtles.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I love. I think this is probably one of the best. Like, just I feel like I love the commodity of the turtles together. Like, just their character. I think some of the best scenes in this movie are when the turtles are all together.
Mm-hmm.
I think their one-liners, them joking, things like that. Donatello again, he's not the tech person that he is like nowadays, but I think him and Mikey just had some great chemistry in this movie. They were the funny ones. The one that made you laugh the most. But I liked a lot of the stuff that he just did in this movie, especially with the characteristics of the turtles, like Raphael being the loner. Like in the first scene when he leaves the sewer and puts his hat on, and there you go, you got another.
He puts on the classic turtle disguise that
Yeah.
makes no sense.
And just walks and goes to a movie and stuff by himself because he was pissed. And you see Splinter trying to control his boys and like, were you seen? And giving the little stories of why they're doing the ninja stuff, things like that. So that brings you to that. And then they start doing their silly stuff. And
He wants them to meditate on the night's events, and then the music starts playing, and then they start dancing, and Michelangelo's like, what? It's just like meditating. So
you hear Mikey fucking ordering a pizza while he's talking.
yeah, while he's talking the whole time.
And things like that.
You
So
get that.
You see so much of their personalities.
Everything is built for you. It doesn't stop showing you like this world.
Yeah.
Because it's not focused on the city. That's the other thing I realized. This movie does not, even though it takes place in basically the most famous city in the world, especially at that time.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember when it took place. It was 1990 / it was filming in the 80s, like 89 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you got to remember where they are.
Yeah.
And New York City is huge in comparison to most other cities in the world, and it's the most popular.
Yeah.
So you have to realize you have giant mutant turtles fighting ninjas in New York City. They're downstairs. They got a rap for a sensei talking about meditation. They're dancing to music and ordering pizza. And then one of them goes out because he's moody, because he lost his his side, and he goes to see a movie like it's no big deal, and they just let him.
Yeah.
And that part right there kind of had me like, what?
Yeah.
Splinter just had this serious dialogue with his turtles about the importance of people not understanding, and you must remain in the shadows, and this and that. And your boy puts on a trench coat and a fedora, and what we see is him coming out of the theater with human beings.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So it just kind of the movie he saw was Critters, and he goes, "Oh, who watches that crowd?" I don't know what the significance of that is. I don't know if anybody was involved with this. I think Jim Henson might have been involved with
Critters.
that, but he might not have liked that either because Critters was pretty violent. So I don't know. I don't think that's the link. But then you get Casey Jones.
You get introduced to all the main characters like really early, and honestly I feel like they're such a good they balance the scenes with the turtles so well that they're almost, I'll say 90% of the movie the turtles are on screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
they're the focal point of the movie. It's basically them. It starts out as April, but immediately shifts to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it stays with them, but the entire time is introducing plot points and other major characters. It's still the major point, yeah.
And you get the Raph and Casey stand down, and they stopped a purse robber, and Raphael showed him the sign, and they were like, "Oh shit!"
So that point I thought was cool because it kind of showed you the two different sides of the vigilante coin. Yeah. Because Casey Jones is gonna whip their ass. Yeah. Like in the reason those two fought, Raphael and Casey Jones, was because Casey Jones was like, I'm going to teach these guys a lesson, and Raphael's like, they're good. We got the purse back. What else we need? So then they have a little scrap, because of their differences, and then Raphael being cocky also. That's like another character trait they show you, is that he's cocky as well.
Yeah.
And he gets cocky, and Casey Jones catches him with a cricket bat because he's like, who watches cricket?
Yep.
You know, I love the little dialogue when they're having that thing. Like, again, upon watching this time and with these eyes, it just was like, I really like the Casey Jones character.
Yeah.
Not too many lines, but everything he says or is involved in is impactful. Like, it's just cool.
And
it's like
during
it's just one of those things I wanted to point out that it reminds me of almost like in a superhero cartoon when there's a team up.
Yeah.
And it's just like this other character just comes in and is like, oh, he's cool too, and he's teaming up with my favorite characters, and like when he saves them later on, like it's just so much. Yeah, like Casey Jones is pretty dope in this movie.
And then during that whole scene also, you had this one of my favorite freaking scenes ever is when Donatello comes they skateboarding into the sewer, and Michelangelo just sitting there waiting for his pizza, and Donatello talks about, do you think about what Splinter was talking about? Because Splinter was talking that he's not going to be there that long for long periods of time.
Forever,
yeah. And Mikey just kind of just like ignored what he was talking about, and he was like, "Pizza dude's got 30 seconds."
Yeah.
And then
that was it.
Yeah.
Again, just the little threads there. Again, he was ordering the pizza.
And then you see the Domino's guy looking for their apartment. Like, bring it down here.
And it turns out that's the guy in the suit.
Yeah.
So, no, that's the voice. My bad. That's the voice.
That's the voice of Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. Yeah.
There's a lot of them like that because if you actually when Raph was chasing Casey Jones and he rolled over the cab, that was Raphael.
Gotcha.
They do. There's a lot of things like that. In this movie, so which is really cool.
There's a lot of little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yep.
But those lines that's like, to this day, everyone goes by like, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. 100%. I love that fucking line. So good. I had to get a T-shirt of it and everything like that. One of my other favorites is when Mikey was watching the cartoon, and he's like, "Ninja kicked the damn rabbit."
They're watching
the Tortoise and the Hare.
They're watching the show. They're watching. I think it's Rocky and Bullwinkle, and it's one of the side cartoons.
Yeah, it was a tortoise. It was a Tortoise and the Hare. Yeah. There's a lot of things like that in this movie that just has a lot of character and a lot of fun and a lot of jokes. And Casey Jones was in one of them too. Like just his presence, and when he did fight alongside them, like in the big warehouse, the big fight scene when Raphael got fucked up. That scene when he just pops up like, Wayne Gretzky on steroids.
Cause I like it, but then I like how they showed you why he was there. Because he saw Raphael when he got pissed off on the roof.
Yeah,
you know, when he was just doing martial arts by himself. Casey Jones saw him through his binoculars. It was like, what's this giant green thing on the rooftop throwing kicks? What's up with that?
They also did an amazing job just capturing the fun they had fighting, especially when we get to the warehouse with the house scene, in April's apartment, and you just see them doing the silly shit like with the symbols and the fucking when Donatello spins him for the spin. He did like a spinneroonie. And Donatello squirting water in the person's face and things like that.
The guy tried to drown him.
Yeah,
the foot soldier tried to drown a turtle. All right.
And then the nunchuck, the nunchuck.
That's my favorite part of the movie. Yeah. The nunchuck duel had me dying, dude.
Yeah, the nunchuck duel was always great as well. And then it does just so many memorable things in these movies that just makes me happy, and I every time I watch it, I just get a smile on my face, and I'm happy. I introduce these movies to my nieces, my nephews. They all love it as well. It's just it has so much personality. It does capture what I want in an internal movie, and no other movie has captured that. Even the later ones with Michael Bay, I can't stand them. So this one was the one for me. I love this movie. I really do.
Yeah. Just a few more details I noticed. I never noticed before. I never actually paid attention to Shredder's cape.
Yeah.
and that it has a detail on it. I thought it was just like supposed to be ripped up, but it's like the little, it has waves in it that simulate like
Yeah.
tears in it.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense because he's called the Shredder.
Yeah.
Like it makes we were talking about the hideout with all the children, the wayward children being there, and just like how plausible it was. It's like it makes a lot of sense, especially for 1990, to have all these runaways and whatnot. Because of you, I was looking at just the sheer size of his army. And you have to remember, again, he's in New York City where there's millions of people.
Yeah.
And you think, like, it looks like that he had about 200, 300 strong. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's not like some ridiculous, huge number of kids that would just disappear and join this thing. Because you got to remember, they show you the environment they're in. There's unlimited video games. There's, for the kids that want to smoke cigarettes and just hang out, there's that. They got pool tables. They got music pumping in. There's MC Hammer blasting on. Yeah. I assume. I don't know if the music is really playing, but there's MC Hammer on the stereo. There's like, it's basically a paradise for all the kids who would end up in juvie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or all the kids who would skip school or something. And it's just you see that, and there's like, the only supervision is ninjas. Yeah. The only real father figure or parental figure is Tatsu and Shredder. That's it. Yep. And the older ninjas, the older members of the clan. And then the way they have the meeting structure where he shows up and everybody just lines up and they roll out the tatami for Shredder and whatnot because they had to keep it authentic. And I was like, man, that's a level of detail they didn't have to have. Yeah. But I appreciate that. Like I like all the clues to show you that Shredder is no nonsense. Like this is real deal. Like, yeah, it's fun and games for you guys while you're here training and whatnot. But like for those who are going to go out there and do the real deal, like it's the real deal. Like Shredder's not playing games. They out there fighting to win. If they have to, they're gonna kill somebody. Yep. You know what I mean? So I just like that they show you all the detail that you need to see what they're up, or the turtles are up against, basically. Yeah. And the hold he has on the foot, because his speech is almost identical to Splinter's. Yeah. I am your father. Yeah. Everything you will have will go through me, and this and that, and together I will give you the family you never had. Yeah. So like again, you paying attention to the words being said by the characters is like, I can see how people think that Shredder was kind of like a one note thing if you weren't really paying attention, but if you were and listen to what he says and listen to what's going on when he's on screen and whatnot, it's like, oh dude, this guy's a hell of a badass, dude. Yeah. So like again, watching this, and then the scene with the house. Yeah. The scene with the house again. When we first talked about this, I said it dragged. I was like, man, the only downside was the part when he went to the house. And then the last time we saw it, I forgot what it was we watched it for. Oh, it was because we watched all three. Yeah. I had mentioned, man, this scene is like 5 minutes long. Yeah. It's like the only time where they take to regroup because they're defeated. They were beaten down and everything. They lost. And then it's like, man, it doesn't even drag on for that long. And it's actually a really good scene because you have the touching moments. Yeah. You have the Jedi moment where Splinter shows up and gives him a pre-recorded message in the fire. Yeah. That's probably about the only other thing I go, that doesn't make that much sense because that's not a current message. He's not saying that to them. Yeah. Because if you think about him being captured, that's not what he's saying. So what the vision that they're getting from that seance that they're having is like, Splinter's busy right now, please come back, but please leave a message. It's just like, oh yeah, you're trying to mentally contact him, but he's kidnapped right now, so here's what you get.
It was also a lot of the stuff he said in the beginning of the movie,
but it's not one for one.
No, that's the thing. It's not the exact thing.
That's what made me just laugh, because like, he didn't say this. This is a pre-recorded message. How do you spiritually get a pre-recorded message? Like, that's kind of crazy.
But I actually liked. I appreciate the farm scene a lot more because it kind of showed them defeated. It had that whole sense of defeat when they lost, and then the whole thing with Donatello, Casey Jones just talking shit to each other was funny.
It showed everybody. It basically showed everybody bond.
Yeah.
It showed Raphael
yeah.
and Leonardo bond.
Yeah.
It showed Casey Jones and April bond. It showed Casey Jones and Donatello bond. It showed Michelangelo just having fun the entire time.
Yeah. And I liked I liked this, the art when she was drawing the turtles and kind of explaining what was going on and things like that. I think that was a really good home story. Just the fact that, again, them getting back up and dusting themselves off and getting back up. The Leonardo waiting for Raph to give up because he feels like he failed him as a leader, and like Donatello just trying to find.
Well, they don't really give you that. They just give you that he's concerned for his brother. Because remember, 100%. The last thing they showed you
they fought
was those two at each other's throat.
Yeah, exactly. So that's because as a leader, usually that would be something that you will. Because I was like, I told him we don't need him, so I could see that being that. Yeah, so it's a lot of those things. Like I appreciate that farm scene a lot more now than I did when I was a kid, because it was just like I was like, when are they gonna fight again? And now I look at it and I was like, yo, that's a big key moment of the movie, because now they're dusting themselves off, they're training, they're getting back into what they were, and they're them brothers first, and then whoop some of that second.
And then just the fact that after that defeat, they're all now on the same page.
Yes.
All of them, and that includes April and that includes Casey Jones. So that they have a bigger, stronger force going in, even though they're not all going to fight, because April's not going to fight.
Yeah.
But when you have a team, not everybody has to fight.
Yeah.
But it's good to have everybody on the same page, and like that's the big takeaway from that moment, was like they got this stuff together, and now everybody's ready to go back and get Shredder. Like, let's end this. So
let's get his ace.
Yeah, it's a powerful. It is a good scene for the movie, and it is a scene that to be honest, surprising.
Yeah,
didn't have to have it.
Yeah,
like that's what this is. When we talk about going back and forth between this and RoboCop, the reasons I like RoboCop is because it's not just a dumb action movie. Yeah, it's gory and violent, yes, but when you take into account all of the moments, all of the emotion that they put in the movie,
yeah,
especially regarding his family, and then you come here and you go, yeah, it's also, you can have action movies, 90s action movies with crazy over the top stuff going on, but you can have emotional moments of like reflection and growth in it, and it doesn't have to be like this thing where you start groaning because it's cliche.
Yeah,
like they did it good, basically. So props to the movie for that. They did it good.
100%. Then we go to when they return to New York, and they get attacked by the Foot, and the whole fight scenes was fun. It was just, again, the Turtles all teaming up now, trying to get Casey Jones goes in there, follows Danny into the warehouse to get Splinter.
Yeah, to clean up that side plot with Danny. They finally get the confirmation that he's in the Foot, because this time they don't know.
Yeah, they
found him hiding in the locker underground in their lair.
Yeah,
why? Nobody knows.
Yeah,
then Casey Jones follows him, and then they find out he's in the Foot.
Yep.
And he knows where Splinter is.
Yep.
So
we got,
and that part was cool, where Casey Jones fights Tatsu, hits him with the golf club, like all that stuff is pretty fun.
Nah, it was really fun. And then again, you still get the silliness too when the Turtles get back to the lair. They're like, oh, I had some pizza in here, and then they see it, and it's all moldy,
I love that.
molded up.
Do you like your pizza with penicillin? Oh. Mikey salutes it, and Donatello's fighting. Yeah.
They still have the silliness, and then they also the last big fight, and then the showdown with Shredder on top of the roof.
Another key thing to point out: Turtles have never seen him. Yeah,
this is the first time they met him.
That's another thing too. They don't see the big villain until the end of the movie. It's pretty unique. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he fucking floats down.
Yeah, still cool.
And then he talks shit that he killed Splinter and shit like that, and it's like one of the Splinter's alive, and like I do what I did with Splinter's ear, and then he started to fight, and then now you see Shredder. And
that was at the part. See his kind of segments. He said that when he showed up.
Yeah,
because he said, "I'm gonna finish what I started with your ear," but that was after he whooped their ass.
Yeah. That's when Splinter comes and he fucking throws him off the roof. But
with Mikey's not shocked.
Yep. But it was fun. It was a good fight scenes. It was really good. Even the showdown with Shredder, it showed his dominance and why he is their leader. This is the only time you see Shredder actually fight. Because in part 2, he doesn't do shit.
Kevin Nash ain't want to do nothing. So.
Well, Kevin Nash did something, but the regular Shredder did not actually fight. So this is the first time we actually see Shredder fight and how much dominance he had. This is pretty much captured from the original comic book, like the rooftop scene and him falling off. This is like the exact scene to scene from the comic book, and it was really. And
then also, I have to point out they set up his death as in-universe death because they have the fight scene at the bottom, and Casey Jones sets up the garbage truck.
Oops!
Not for that not for that purpose. Remember, he was backing it up to knock ninjas off the ladder. Mm-hmm. So there was a big battle going on down at the bottom, and then as they made their way up. Well, again, that fight scene was also cool of them fighting from the bottom to the top. Yeah. And you know what like you can feel now the inspiration for a lot of the video games.
Yeah, 100%. I loved it. Again, this movie is just something else. But the last fight scene, him getting all thrown off, and then you honestly think Shredder dead because he got crushed by the compactor.
Yeah. Basically, that's how they sell it to you. There's no reason to believe otherwise. So. Yeah.
And because also in the original comic book, Shredder's dead. Shredder dies in the first fight. Yeah, he dies in the first comic.
So I would definitely see why, because of the history of what it took to get this movie made, that they wouldn't think there was going to be a part 2.
Yeah.
And then why not kill Shredder?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the end of our movie. We get the boys all celebrating like they did in the beginning of the movie. They get all their celebrations out.
I like Cowabunga.
And then it gets Splinters with that.
And then that's the first time we hear it. Cowabunga.
And then it goes T-U-R-T-T power T.
And then you have April and Casey Jones having there's still this, even though they bonded, they still having their awkward moment, and she's like, just kiss me, I gotta be on camera like right now.
Yep.
Then you have that, and they're like hooting and hollering on the rooftop. Again,
go Casey.
Great. Just a good, a feel good movie, but it earns it.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
They have ups, they have downs, they have more ups. It's funny, everything makes sense. Like it is. I tried to sit there and pick it apart, and I can't. You have to hate everything you're watching. Like none of it will have to be for you. Like if you're a person that just doesn't like these things, that's the only way I can see you not liking the movie. Like it's literally just that good.
Yeah, and so, if you're a fan of the Turtles, this is the end all be all of the movies. This was the best one. Yeah,
pretty much.
So
unfortunately.
Now the hard part.
They got another good movie though.
Yeah. Now the hard part. Where it ranks.
No, it's not hard. You already know where you rank it.
Yeah.
RoboCop's still my number one.
Okay. So
because it's just yes, I like this a whole lot. It's one of the best movies I've seen. We've watched this entire time, but there's some things about RoboCop that it's just me.
Okay.
Like I need that. I'll buy that for $1. I need the gore. I need the don't touch me, man. Ooh, like I need all. That's me. I need the RoboCop. I need my just the craziness, and I need the gore.
All right. So RoboCop is number 1. And RoboCop 2 is number 2. So where you want to put Turtles?
It's number 2 for me.
Number 2. Okay. Mm-hmm. I gave it the same review though, like RoboCop and Turtles are tied at they both have 5s.
I can see it.
Yeah. So my review so far is Turtles number 1, RoboCop number 2, Batman number 3, RoboCop 2 number 4, Superman number 2 number 5, Darkman's number 6, Flash Gordon's number 7, Superman 1 is number 8, Dick Tracy's number 9, and Toxic Avenger is number 10. That's about to get out my list. Oh shit. Huh?
I said, "Oh, Toxic Avenger."
And yours, your list right now is RoboCop number 1, Turtles number 2, RoboCop 2 number 3, Batman number 4, Toxic Avenger number 5, Superman 2 number 6, Darkman number 7, Superman the movie number 8, Dick Tracy number 9, and Flash Gordon's number 10.
It's pretty good.
Our next movie of our comic book and superhero movies.
Oh, I didn't give it a score. I'll join your bandwagon. I'll give it a 5 as well. It's
I pretty much just put up 5 because if it's over RoboCop 2, which is a 5, and RoboCop 1 is a 5,
okay.
it has to be within that.
Makes sense.
It has to be within that. So, our next movie for our countdown is Guyver.
Never seen this. All I know is Jimmy J.J. Walker is in it.
Yep,
in the movie.
He plays the monster, one of the monsters.
Oh, now I'm definitely excited to watch this.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I remember enjoying it. So I think Mark Hamill's in it.
He's not the Guyver, is he?
I think he's a doctor in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Guyver's next week. Then we have June's movies right now. We have Guyver next week. We have Rocketeer the following week. We have Batman Returns the week after that, and then Dr. Morbid.
What's that?
I think that was the doctor of the island. Like he makes metamorphic people and shit like that.
Not Dr. Moreau, right?
Moreau. I think that's how.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I said it wrong. And then July we have Meteor Man, RoboCop 3, Blank Man, and The Crow.
Jesus Christ, RoboCop 3. What a fall from grace. That's probably the biggest. I'm probably gonna rate that a 0. I hate that movie existing.
Oh man. So that's gonna happen. So yeah, Guyver's next week, and yeah. Watch the Turtles.
Do it. Please. Right. Do it. Do yourself a service.
All right, we wrap it up.
Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. Make sure you catch us anywhere and everywhere RedCycloneInc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And also our WordPress, RedCycloneInc, and that's everywhere.
Yep.
Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and SoundCloud, all Mark with the Mic. Follow our other podcasts on Spotify. We have the Odd Shell Shock, Not a Trekkie, the Game of Rage, and the Morphin Cast. And those are all monthly casts. We should have a new one up this week for the Morphin Cast. So definitely check that out. Peace out, later, and always remember.
Follow the Jinkies. He's out there. Gorilla and chilling.
Yep. Take them sandwiches.